Let's go next to Stephanie in Texas. Stephanie, you're on the air. Stephanie in Texas, you're on the air. Please unmute and you'll be able to talk to me.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi.
Yes, I can.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure.
And I owe you an apology. Actually, I tried calling a couple months ago and I got so excited that instead of unmuting my call, I hung up on you. So I apologize for that.
Oh, no.
So anyway, and I also wanted to just let you know that we're not all crazy here in Texas, but
Good.
just how crazy are things in Texas right now. And I wanted to ask you, thank you for you did a piece on the murder charges being dropped against a woman who tried to seek an abortion.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things there's a lot of things I'm trying to to ask you about, because there's a lot of things going on here right now, but that's one of the ones I think that's really first and foremost. And do you think that that's something that my hope is it'll lose steam over time as people maybe get faced with if more charges come up and people start realizing it's more of a wild goose chase to some extent? Do you think it's going to, in your opinion, do you think it's going to start being less of an issue, or do you think people are going to try and push it more?
I think unfortunately, Stephanie, I think the whole charges for abortions thing, I think it's going to be a new tool that we're going to see a lot of. And in particular, in late June, the Supreme Court is going to issue a decision on a state abortion case. And their decision could effectively overturn Roe v. Wade. If that happens, there are 22 states that essentially ban abortion. Those laws will then become the law of the land. And I think you're going to see tons of people charged criminally for seeking abortions. And it's going to be a dystopian nightmare.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate because, obviously the Roe v. Wade is a huge tool that people have been able to take advantage of. And it's just not, I'm hoping that won't be the case. But yeah, unfortunately, like you said, in June, we kind of have a deadline here. Now, have you interviewed Beto O'Rourke yet? Or is that something that if you have I missed it? And if you haven't, do you plan on doing that?
He's not been on. We're interested in having him on. So far, he's not shown any interest in being on.
Okay.
So if people want to tweet to Beto and say, hey, go to the David Pakman Show, we would love to have him. Yeah,
I think I follow him. And I've also volunteered to phone bank and knock on doors for him. So hopefully they'll get some word out there. But yeah, it's just, I'm hoping that he'll have some pull if he gets elected. Hopefully it's just been so kind of crazy. And I get so frustrated when people say, we don't like it, then move. That's a really, generic thing to say to people because we can't just move. It's like our home and our business is here and
people
everything
have
else.
families and everything. It's crazy.
For sure. And,
Stephanie, listen, can you get a good bagel in Texas, or is that impossible?
Actually, I guess it depends. If I want to go drive through for bagel, I go to the Einstein Brothers, which I'm sure is pretty basic.
Oof,
but I make my own bagels in the air fryer. Actually, it's pretty funny. Like I make them with, I have an air fryer and I found a really good recipe for, it's not like your traditional bagel. So it's a little bit more like it's a little moister. It's like I use Greek yogurt and flour. So it's just like 3 ingredients basically. I put it in my air fryer and it's really good.
Sounds more like a cake than a bagel.
It kind of is, but it's really good because it's like, it's higher in protein. And it's a little bit better for you than like all the carbs in the regular bagels.
Sure.
We're just
all
trying,
right, Stephanie.
try all kinds of crazy things.
It sounds complicated down there, but I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah. Well, just kind of keep us in your thoughts and follow us because we've got a lot of interesting things going on here.
Absolutely. Bagels aside, a lot going on in Texas. There's Stephanie from Texas.
100%.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but I'm still taking more of your calls. Just hang on. We will be right back.